Okay, welcome back to Panzer North Africa. We're playing scenario 75. This is the second Alamein. We're up to turn 9, as you can see on the turn chart here. And let's take a look at where we are with everything. So here we are after our breakthrough to the north. You can see we've got quite a few British tanks pushing through the gap, minefield gap up here. And just zoom in here a little bit, you can see the Crusaders have made it through, the AE1s, a couple of AE1s made it through, some of the minefield units have broken through. We've also discovered a 75mm anti-tank gun up here that will start engaging us. Luckily, we've moved up this unit here, which is the rifle unit with the 2-inch mortar. They'll be able to do something against them as well. We've got some more infantry moving up over here as well. So we've got a good breakthrough heading off to the northern end. To the southern end, we've still got to break through this minefield down here to get these guys moving over there. We've still got the Martyr over here to deal with. This guy has been knocked out. And then we've got units behind that we're going to have to engage here as well. So with that being said, let's get started with the turn. So here we are doing some range checking here first. So all the CWs are spotted and all visible German units are spotted over here. Nothing really has changed from the last visibility, last spotting check. We're getting close on these guys, but they're full cover, so it's going to be a little bit later when we see them. Command phase. So minefield group gets 16. We're going to set up some fire commands, some move commands for them. These guys down here, these are the Scorpions. They're going to get moves to try to break through that last minefield over there. Mortars are going to fire. And other units are just going to get ready to move. So once the minefield is cleared, they will go from there. So now we've got the second group, which is the cruiser squadron. That's these guys up here we were just looking at. They're going to get their commands up here, which are going to be moves. The AEC Mark 1s will get individual commands, and now we're going to get other commands. So we're going to set up some firing commands, again, to try to go after the 75mm over here. If they're in range, I'm not quite sure if they're in range, but I kind of put that on there as a safety measure for these guys up front, because we've only got one unit engaging them up here. I've got the other AE1 to the north moving, just because I want to get him out of the way, try to get him around so he doesn't get fired upon. But of course these guys can pivot too, so I got to be careful there as well. So continuing on here, the AT company right behind them, they're over in this general area. They are just going to get some moves. They're kind of a follow-up force to come around there. Now we've got the battalion headquarters down here. They're going to get individual commands, all moves. We're all just moving here as much as possible. Stay on the move. And then lastly, the Shermans. Those are these guys down in this general vicinity, and then over in here, they're going to get some fire commands. So I've got them lined up as a gun line over here to go after the Martyr right there. And then the other ones, the command and the other platoon, are going to get moves. Okay, so now we go to the initiative phase. 50 or greater to win the initiative. Just barely, 51. So the Commonwealth player is going to be first. So the fire phase, there's no indirect fire, Commonwealth direct fire. So we're going to start up here to the north, and now let's zoom in just a hair so we can see this. Ooh, a little too fast down there. There we go. So the rifle 2-inch firing the mortar. Firing the rifles at the 75mm over here. So they're going to be a medium range veteran, medium cover, and they're in full cover, so that's going to bring them up to 6. But the suppress is going to be greater than 57, and effective is 86 or greater. So they take a shot, 50. That is just a miss. All right, so that's a miss. Then we are going to get the mortar, the 2-inch mortar, to fire smoke at them because we missed them over there. And actually, I was checking over here. These guys are out of range. They don't really have a good shot at them over here. So we're just going to lay smoke in there, and hopefully that will allow us to move up a little bit and kind of go from there. All right, so yeah, here's where I say 201 and 202. Can't see the 75 because it's in medium cover. So that fire is no good. So we'll move down to the Martyr, and this is where I'm going to get this gun line. All three of these are going to fire at the Martyr over here. So it's pretty much going to be the same shot once I get the initial setup here. So first we're going to do a command check on the Martyr. Yeah, they're going to get a fire. So they're not moving. So the first one, 511, going to take a shot. AP at the Martyr, medium range, veteran, medium cover, as well as the size. So it's going to be 40 or less to hit. They roll a 20. So it's a hit. It's a front side location roll. Rolls a 2. Turret. Oh, that's good because that's going to hit on the upper weaker armor. So it's penetration of 15, armor of 3. There's no variable penetration roll, so we'll just roll for damage. Rolls a 5, and that knocks him out. All right, so we got rid of him, so that's good. That keeps our scorpions safe from there. Now the other shots are obviously wasted because they got the first shot knocked them out. Okay, so that's all of our firing so far. And now we'll go to the German fire. We'll back up to the north to the 75, which we just dropped smoke on. And we're going to do a command roll. They're going to get a fire command, and they are going to look to take a shot at the at that infantry that shot at them with GP. So it's going to be point blank range, veteran, medium cover, smoke. So it's going to be a suppression of 77 suppression on a 77 or greater. Effective is off the chart, so we won't put that on there. Roll a 36, that's a miss. All right, so we're on to the move phase. So moving, first off, we're going to do some close assault. The engineer up here, right here, is going to try to take out that minefield. So they're going to be veteran plus those 2 squads, so that's going to be a 57 or less, or 57 or greater. Rolls a 96, so they eliminate the minefield and they move in there as well. So we got a nice big gap to flow the rest of these units through once we get moving here. Okay, so now moving along here, we're going to move up this AE C2, try to get out of his arc a little bit. Of course, he can still pivot, so yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Now we're moving up the scout car, checking for ranges. He's going to drop off his unit to provide some more suppressive fire, covering fire on the lead units. Another AEC-1 moving up. And then we got another white scout car moving up here as well, taking a little bit of cover behind the bailed out Martyr down there. We've got the other one up here, just did a bog check. This guy up here did a bog check to try to go through the soft sand. So he's going to go into there. And then the Scorpions down here is going to try to attack that minefield, greater than 55. Rolls a 9, that fails. Okay, so next one here, this guy's going to move in. And he's going to attack it again, 55 or greater. 61, there we go. We got rid of that second minefield. Okay, so now we got a nice clear gap for them to push through to the south. Okay, we're going to get the moving of the rest of these units down here to the south. Let me just reposition on these guys so you can see. So some of these are just moving up slowly because there's going to be cross-country movement. And now we've got some of the rest of the Crusaders moving up to the north. and get them back, keep them in command, I should say. And we've got some more of the minefield breakthrough group, engineers, and here's the command units. This is going to be critical. They're going to move up over there, and they're still in command out there. That's good. And then we have the forward observer, and now we're going to get the Shermans moving as well. That headquarters unit and platoon of Shermans move up behind, again, just clogging through the gap as much as possible. And moving on here, we've got the, oh yeah, this is the battalion headquarters units moving forward. And now we've got to the adjustment phase, and now we're going to pivot. So actually taking a look at this now, I didn't realize this, but the AEC-1 up here is actually closer to this than them, so they're going to pivot to face them. That could be deadly the next turn, but hopefully smoke will take care of that. Then we got the turn adjustment phase, which there really isn't a turn adjustment here because everybody's pointing the direction that I want them to be, so we're going to move along. Suppression, I don't think there's any suppression because there's no British units to suppress, and definitely no Germans. We knocked out the one that was suppressed so far, and the morale is still pretty good, even though we've knocked out one martyr. And now we're going to remove the command markers, and that's where we end the scenario, or end the turn, excuse me. So I flipped over here. I just want to show you the eliminations so far and where we stand with victory points and potential morale issues here as well. So from the German side, we've eliminated a 75, an 88, and a martyr. That was the one that was eliminated just recently. So they're sitting just with, actually that should be 2, shouldn't it? Yeah, that should be 2. 2 above the morale level before theirs start checking morale. In terms of victory points, the Germans have, the Germans' losses, I should say, had been 181 victory points. That's actually for the British. Where the British have lost just the White Scout car, which is 14. So we have a commanding lead of 167 points with their losses. We did lose that one White Scout car, which was, where was he here? Right here. Part of the 2nd platoon unit right there. And you can see I've got it straight through. So you can see that that's eliminated. So that's where we are with the victory points and the morale levels with this. Stay tuned for turn 10 coming up right next. Okay, we're up to turn 10 with Panzer 2nd Alamein scenario. So turn 10, where we just dropped off with turn 9, brings us right back here where we've broken through both north and south, and now we're exploiting here definitely to the north and hopefully here to the south where everything is going to get started. But we have to deal with a 75mm gun up here and some unknowns here, 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 and here with everything. So let's get to it. So turn 10, spotting phase. I think we're going to be pretty much the same as where we were before. All of the Commonwealth are going to be spotted because they're moving. Nobody's really in full cover or any type of restricted terrain. And just checking some ranges. So yeah, it basically comes out like this. All CWs are spotted. Visible Germans, which we just have one right now in there as well. So now we go to the command phase. So in this command phase, we may have the units in 8 and 9 and 10. These units here, or these hidden units here, here, and here, could potentially get commands depending upon the movement and firing, because these guys are definitely in range of this guy up here to be able to see them. So other than that, we'll get to our Commonwealth. So again, 16 for the minefield group. Over here, so we're just going to place them. A lot of these are going to be firing, but oh, that's right, there was one thing here. I made one little tactical mistake, not so much mechanical with the rules, but tactical mistake. If you notice right here, I have the command vehicle for the minefield group out of range of the farthest mortar here. He's actually at range of 12, which means the number of moves are going to be cut in half. So we've got 16 commands, but we're only going to have 8 of them that can be dedicated to a move command. The other 8 must be fire or overwatch, or no command, to be valid. Okay, a little bit of a tactical oversight, but it's okay. We'll start laying it out. We've got some, definitely going to move our scorpions down here and get them through. That's an easy one. We're also going to move our command vehicles. We're also going to move our mortar units that are way behind. And then now we're doing our firing units. So we're setting up firing up here. Let's zoom in on the north here a little bit, just so you can see this, because this is where the real point of action is going to happen. We still got the 75 out here that we need to tackle. So we're going to set up some firing here with both that 2-inch mortar squad and then this regular squad over here, potentially to shoot at them as well, to try to knock them out. We've also got some moves going back here. We're still in good shape in terms of movement. We've got a lot of them. I mean, 8 is quite a bit. So we'll use some command span. That's one of the things we've done over here. Like with these scorpions, they are going to command span to the other scorpion who is right behind them, as well as these infantry units are all going to span because they're right next to each other as well. So we're going to use that to try to get around the limitation as much as possible. So we've got them all set. Actually worked out pretty good. We only had to have one NC command. That's on the other engineer unit that's right in here, loaded up on his truck. But that's okay. We don't need him because the Scorpions have done their job. So now we'll get to the cruiser squadron. They're up to the north here. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see a little bit better. These guys up here, they're actually going to move because they're too far away to shoot anything. So first off, the AEC 1s. This guy up here, the 75 pivoted, so he's facing him now, which is going to be very dangerous. So he's going to get a short halt. Hopefully we can shoot at him and then get out of there as quick as possible so that he doesn't get hurt. Then we're going to do some other moves down here, and then we've got moves for the other AECs here, here, and here, and then there's one more down here. And then up here, he's going to get a fire. So this is going to form a nice fire group to go against that 75 up there. So moving along, the AT company, again, they're just, again, following up slowly but surely. I think they'll get through the minefields this turn, but a whole bunch of moves for them. Just putting on extra ones so I can split them apart if need be. Then the battalion headquarters down here. They're within this spot. They're going to get some moves. And then the medium cruiser squadron, which is going to be the Shermans down here, 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 and here. They're going to get some moves. Yeah, all moves. Now we've got the activation, which, or the initiative, which is going to be 50 or greater. Oh, 29. Germans are going to get the initiative first. So that's going to mean back up here, this is going to get a little worrisome. So let's see what happens. German's the first player. Okay, they're going to be shooting their 75 millimeter, or taking command for the 75 millimeter, which most likely is going to get a fire command. Yep. So they're going to take a shot at that AEC-1. Oh, I did number 10 because he's right within range here as well, so he'll get a fire command. And this guy will check as well, number 8, and he'll get a fire command. Alright, so those all can see and potentially fire at him, so they're all have fire commands and potentially firing at these guys. The first one's going to be the 105, firing at them. So it's going to be point blank range, veteran, smoke, moving smoke. So it's going to be 45 or 45 or less to hit them. Not greater than 14. That's a hit. So it's on the front. This is not going to be good. Hits on the turret. Still not good. Penetration is 25, armor is 15. There's not going to be a variable penetration roll. Just go straight to the damage. Rolls a 5, and he's knocked out. Ouch. That's the first armored unit of the Commonwealth force to be knocked out. Okay, that's too bad because that's a lot of points. He was actually 90 points. I'll show you at the end of the turn, what the victory points look like. Okay, so now the other two units who are firing at them really don't have any other targets, so they won't be firing, but I'll leave the markers on there just so that I know that they've fired and won't be doing any type of overwatch or anything like that. So let's move on to the Commonwealth. So now we're going to get this whole big group firing at them. Now luckily we've got a lot of firepower here. We've got the infantry, we've got the mortar, we've got machine gun on the White Scout car, another set of infantry, and machine gun on the White Scout car, plus the AEC-1's machine gun. So a lot of fire we'll place on there because we got smoke on there, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to hit them. So here we go against the 75. First is going to be Rifle 112 down here, taking the shot with GP 75. At the 75 millimeter, range is 5, medium. Veteran, medium cover, smoke, suppressed, so it's 53 to 83 to suppress them. Rolls a 74, that's a hit, so we suppress them. That's good, at least. Makes it a lot harder for them to shoot at anything. Then we'll do the machine gun from the White Scout car. This is going to be less effective. It's long range, so it's only 1. Veteran, medium cover. 98 or better to be effective. 63, no, didn't even hit him. Okay, now we'll go to the rifle unit up here with a 3-inch mortar. Oh, they fired, yeah, okay. So they're going to do a extreme range with the mortar, which is a 2, veteran, medium cover. So it's going to be 2 to 5. Effective is going to be 90 or greater. It was a miss. Now they're going to do a dual fire with their rifles. Same thing at the 75. Medium range, 5 veteran, medium cover, smoke, dual fire. So it needs a 91 or better to be effective. Rolls a 38. That's a miss. Okay, so far we've just suppressed them. I mean, there's a kind of a little bit of low odds shots, but it's okay. The White Scout car is going to take a shot. Long range gives them a 2. Veteran, medium cover, smoke. Effective is 95 or greater. 62 is a miss. Alright, so those are done. And then we've got the last one, which is the AEC-1 down here. He's going to take a shot at that 75 as well. It's long range. Veteran, medium cover, smoke, effective 98 or greater, so I doubt it. Oh, they hit him, 99. Oh, wow. They hit him. Enough firepower, I suppose, will do some damage. So that is a hit, and that's an effective hit, so they're destroyed. So we'll take them off and move on from there. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so anyways, moving forward here, that's all the firing. Okay, move on to the move phase. So the Commonwealth is going to be first, and there's not going to be a hand-to-hand or close assault. So we'll go straight into moves. So here we go. So Crusaders are moving up over here first, exploiting the fact that we just knocked out that gun, and they're going to want to try to move down here. Again, my larger strategy, you can see they're moving down behind these units that had just engaged the 75. They're going to move to the south in this direction towards the roads and tracks down in here. What that'll do is give us a better movement capability on those roads. So they're going to move down here and try to open these up, because you see we've got a lot to engage. We've got 3 units that are in a semicircle that will be able to fire on us. So it's going to be a tricky position over here. We're going to try to get this white scout car up a little bit, maybe to get into this position right here, to try to figure out what these guys are, or potentially shoot at them. We'll see. Got a lot of movement here to go, so let's keep going with this. So now we've got the Scorpions moving up to the south. They're now going into support mode to go after tanks. We've got some more of the 1st platoon coming in. There we go. Now, oh yeah, I made a slight mistake over there. Actually, this is the 2nd platoon. Slight mistake over there because this guy, their white scout car got blown up, so they're going to need to go on foot. So I gave them a shared command, as I told you before, so they can't move beyond, seeing each other within there. So they're all together there. So they've got to stop there. That's okay. We'll keep them moving one way or another. All right, now we move up some of the Shermans. And I think I moved them too far here, and I think I moved them back later because they've got to move into 3. I thought I was moving to 4, but it's only 3. So they'll be moving back a little bit here in a minute. Some AEC-1s going through. Yeah, there we go. And the other Sherman's moving up because we got some scrub here, which it costs 2 points. You can see in here and here, which costs 2 points for vehicles to go through. So that kind of slows things down a little bit for them, but we'll still keep them moving. What else we got? So now we've got some more Crusaders moving through, and then we've got the engineers jumped into the truck over here, and the trucks are moving up here as well. And we did a bog check on this guy way up to the north, who's sitting in the soft sand, and he passed, so he can move up one more hex. So we'll get him coming down through the gap here as well. Now we've got the mortars back here. They load up and they move down the road as far as they can, or down the track, I should say, as far as they can. That should bring them into range over here of the headquarters. Yeah, there they are. Okay. So now we're moving up some more of the AT company units, the Portees. And then the Deacons will be joining them shortly. We've got some of the ATR, some of the Brens moving up, and they're there. And then the Deacons moving up behind them. Okay. So the headquarters units of the minefield group have moved up here just a little bit, just to again keep folks in range. And then the battalion HQ kind of staying where they are, or moved up and stayed where they are, because they're kind of going to be behind the scenes, slowly pulling people forward. All right, so now we're going to do a command check on number 9 for the Germans. It's actually the German move at this point. Up here, because he was in range of the AEC-1, he can actually get a command. Potentially could be a move, get them moving here. But it's a 73, which is a fire, and turns into Overwatch. Okay. So now we move into the adjustment phase and pivoting. There's no pivots because we don't have anybody visible. Turrets. Again, all my turrets are looking in good shape, so I'm not going to adjust those turrets. Full cover adjust, same thing, we're good. No suppression because I don't think we have anybody suppressed. And the morale, we haven't hit any morale levels, so it's just a counter adjust and the turn. Okay, so there we have it. So where we are with this, you can see if I zoom out here just a little bit to get a more strategic picture, you can see both north and south breakthroughs are going on. Units are pouring through, trying to move forward as fast as they can, while the Germans are bracing for that attack over here. We do have the mortars moving up. They're now in range, so we should be in good shape to move everybody on the next turn. Don't know if we'll have any engagements because you can see nothing's visible yet, so we're going to have some discovery here. That might be with the infantry, or it might be with the AEC-1s as we go along. So stay tuned for turn 11 and 12 will be the next round, where we move into the exploitation phase of this breakthrough and see if we can capture the road down here and start our long journey towards the board edge over here and see what happens. So thank you for watching. Please stay tuned again and subscribe. Love to have you continue to watch my series, and please like us, comment. Comments are always good. Like to see those comments as well, and I do reply to them as best as I can. And hopefully you're enjoying these games. So with that, we will see you on the next one.